A warm welcome on 1D podcast. I'm your host, Dimple. I'm so happy you chose to listen. On the onset, let me tell you how this name 1D came about. So, the name 1D is based on a very interesting situation in my life. What is life if not a series of experiences that stay with us and help mold our personality? Let me take you back in time when I was in the first standard in my school and I belonged to the section D. As a child, I was a free-spirited person, and at that time I was really happy-go-lucky. And one day it so happened that I was in school and sitting in my class, and the students were making a lot of noise. But I was minding my own business. I wasn't a part of any of the mischief. And how it happens is that the teacher gets really annoyed when students become unruly. And that's what happened on that day too. One kid did something funny, some funny stuff, and I laughed. So the teacher caught me and wanted to punish me. I innocently and in full honesty replied that I wasn't a part of the whole mischief. I merely found it funny and just laughed. The teacher retorted that and said if I thought I was so smart that I could fool her, then what was I doing in the section D? Because all the smart kids are in section A. So once again, I didn't understand, but I innocently asked what would I need to get to the section A. She said that I had to get a rank between first, second or third, and then I would be shifted to section A in second standard. And A section, just to let you know, has all the meritorious students, the smart ones. So you get the picture. So in a sense, she was telling me that I was dumb and I was trying to outsmart her, and if I was so smart, then I had no business being in section D, which was probably for dumbos, and I should be in A section. Thus began my journey, which lasted for the next 45 years. What's the journey? Here it goes. So after that incident, I made up my mind that I would study hard, and so I did. I got the first rank, got into section A, and I stayed there for the entire time in my school. Later, I went on to become the head girl. I got a state rank. I got scholarships. You name it, I got it. As it would be, I also became the golden child for my parents at home. And I even won some beauty contests. As a grown-up and moving forward in life, I always wanted to be the ideal friend and became one. I became an ideal wife. I became an ideal mother, which was resonated by the family. So it's not something that I'm making it up. I was happy being the ideal and the best person in all these roles of my life. But what I forgot in this whole process of achievements was to have fun. That happy-go-lucky and free-spirited girl got lost. What was left was many awards, certificates, badges, honors, trophies, praises from teachers and parents alike, but no joy inside. A lot of ego, yes, because now I was this golden girl. I could achieve anything that I could set my mind to. And I could not bear to make a mistake in any area of my life. I stopped making jokes, laughing. Everything was a task that had to have an end, and that end had to be number one. As much 1D was life-changing then, I had a self-realization not very long ago, and here I am, making 1D podcast, life-changing yet again for myself and voicing it out to others in the hope that if there is even one more girl or any person like me who hears this and understands that we can achieve while having fun, and even if we don't achieve everything, it's all right. But we must never stop having fun while doing anything in life. I recently turned 50 and I realized that after living this whole life, I was left alone. The kids have grown up and taken flight into their own new lives. So I took this opportunity to raise that little girl inside me once again, but this time with more love, more acceptance, and embracing that happy-go-lucky and free-spirited attitude which I used to have. Now that's the story behind 1D. Today, where I stand, I know a lot more, but there are people who may be in the initial stages of life trying to make sense of the world around them, struggling to know its ways and workings, dealing with people and situations that they may not understand fully. One tends to make an understanding of their own position in the world through the lens of others. What does the world want from me? How should I show up so that I am loved, appreciated, and accepted? The biggest question to ask is, what does one tell themselves when they are judged by a person who has the power to influence them? We are often most affected by the judgments from our parents, teachers, siblings, partners, friends, and relatives. What I have learned is that these people may be closely related or be a part of your life, but they are still talking from their own perspective, which may not be applicable to you. And whatever they tell you about you may not be true. The journey of life is full of experiences which may wrestle you down, which may uplift you. So, chill about the reactions of others and move on. Thanks for listening. Now share with me any life-changing story of your life, and if you would like, maybe you can write down in the comments if children should be handled with more care and empathy in schools and other places. That's all for now. If you would like, please hit the subscribe button, like this podcast. It will be a valuable contribution from your side to help reach this story to more people who may find relatability and potentially gain some wisdom from my mistakes. Thanks again, and I really appreciate you listening to me. I will be back with another story, or maybe more stories, and I will talk about why the topics I cover here are important to me. You take good care of yourself and be gentle on yourself. Stay happy, be chilled out. Thank you.